What's going on, everybody? So this is the second video to my fixing my investment series. This is the first update video, so I'm going to show you guys what's been going on. We originally started working on the inside, but now we kind of jumped to the outside just because the weather's still pretty good. It's about to be December, so we ended up fixing damaged siding, damaged fascia, soffit. I ended up getting all new vinyl windows. I changed the front door. I got a new exterior light. We're still not finished, but we've made a lot of progress working on the outside. I'm still gonna change out those posts, maybe run some 6x6 posts. We ended up changing the roof. As you can see, it's an architectural roof shingle by Certainteed, and the color, what's that famous color? Weatherwood. You can see the fascia running up the sides. We got some new exterior floodlights, so it's been going pretty well. Like I said, we're still working on the outside. We still got some fascia to do here, as you guys can see. And then we cut some trees down. We took the gutters down. As you guys can see, we're changing all the fascia back here and any damaged pieces. There's a dog barking, so I'm gonna move. So hopefully this Thanksgiving week we can finish fixing the rest of the fascia, so we can get it ready for painting, and then we'll continue to work inside. New Therma-Tru front door. We also got new deadbolt. We got a new exterior outlet. So let me show you guys a little bit of what's going on inside. So starting from the master, you guys can see we got the new vinyl windows in. Small vinyl window. I decided to keep this the shower surround. It wasn't in the best shape, but I realized it's from 2019. I found the sticker up there, so we're gonna keep it. I am going to put a new valve. As you guys can see, we started working on the drywall. We did the electrical. We put new ceiling lights. We're gonna change this vanity light, and obviously we're gonna get new valves and all that here. So we also decided that I'm not gonna keep the doors. They were a little crusty, and doors are not that expensive, so I'm gonna go ahead and change the doors and all of the baseboard. So with the electric, we ended up putting a 4-light system and fan per room. We're fixing the drywall. Like I said, most of the drywall is staying, but we are repairing everything. You guys can see skim coating. We started skim coating the ceiling. So we haven't made a lot of progress on the drywall. We just finished the demo. We took off all the doors. Same thing here. We got a 4-light system, fan, new window, changing the doors, a new baseboard. The baseboard wasn't that bad, but you know, if we're spending all this money, you might as well make it look as best as you can. So we're gonna put new baseboards and doors, and I'm gonna show you guys over there what I bought. So same thing here, we ended up putting new electrical. We got some new ceiling lights here in the hallway. I ended up keeping the tub. Like I said, it's from 2019. There's a sticker up above. It's a Delta tub. I am gonna get new handles and a new faucet. I ended up extending the shower head. Same thing, we're working on the drywall. This tub was really crusty. I had to clean it. I had to clean it as best as I could, and there's still some paint here, but once the drywall's in, I'll hit it with some Go-Off. Same thing here, we're gonna change the valves. We ended up running, we have an extra light that's gonna be there that's not uncovered yet. We got new bathroom fans. This third bedroom, same thing. 4 lights. We're fixing the drywall, new baseboard. And then we got all the windows covered because we don't want nobody peeking in and trying to steal, or, you know, maybe even the inspector peeking his head in here. And then same thing for the electric. We switched out all the outlets, all the switches. We went with the square style on everything. So it's gonna look really cool and modern. I'm going for like a modern craftsman farmhouse. You can see the ceiling lights. So let's go to back to the living room area. So not a whole lot going on. We ended up adding about 6 lights here in the living room on a 3-way. We got a 3-way switch going on. We converted this to a 4-gang box. We got an exterior, we got ceiling lights, we got entry lights, and then we have a fan. So that's our 4-gang box. As you can see, we've been slowly working on it. Nothing crazy going on. Here's the back door area. Like I said, this back door is not in terrible shape, but you know, it's probably the original door, and this house needs to be as efficient as possible. So we're going with a full light, similar style door. It's from Therma-Tru. Shout out to Lowe's on these. So yeah, that's gonna be replaced. I was thinking about a double door, but we already have a window here, and we're trying to stay on budget. So that's going on there. We do got a dining light there. We didn't add any more ceiling lights there because we thought we had a lot already. And so here's the kitchen. So originally this house had some type of peninsula island with upper cabinets. We're not gonna do upper cabinets anymore just because we want it to be a little bit more open. So we're just gonna build a knee wall here, stove and bottom cabinets, and then a single floating hood range. And then we're gonna run outlets on it. Obviously we're missing some studs still, so we're gonna get to that. We replaced all the GCFI outlets, all the switches, the window, like I said, we demoed all the floor. We same thing, we added more lights in the kitchen. We got about 3 new lights, and then we have a sink light. The next thing we're doing here is the laundry room. It used to be right here against the wall, connected to the kitchen. I thought it looked really tacky, so we decided to build a new laundry room. It's gonna have a double bifold door, and we're gonna have the dryer on the right, washer on the left. The only reason this was able to work is because the drain is right here. We built a double wall, so we're gonna get the new washing machine box right here. Obviously it's copper, but we're gonna run PEX, and the dryer 2020 outlets right here, the panels right here. So it all worked out. I think it's just gonna be more private. You know, you don't want your guests coming over and seeing your laundry room, so you can just close it up. So that's all we got going on inside right now. We still got drywall work to do, flooring. There's a bunch of stuff to do, but I'm gonna show you guys a little bit about the trim. But before I do that, I'm gonna show you guys a little bit about, like I told you guys before, I'm gonna make this a 4-2. That's my plan. So I'm gonna block off this window, and then this is just gonna be an opening, a case opening. Just a case opening right here, and then this is gonna be a little hallway, and then a bedroom and a closet back there. So it'll be a 4-2 at the end of the day. So that's the reason why we haven't changed this door, because it's not gonna be there anymore. And same thing with this window, it's not gonna be there anymore. Now for the cabinets, I was thinking getting something a little bit fancier, some of that white oak inset stuff, but because this might be a rental, and because I had a leftover cabinetry from previous projects where there was mistakes made on the order or something, and so I'm gonna go with just Shaker White. This house doesn't have a pantry, so this pantry is gonna go right here in this corner. Since that window's not gonna be there, it's gonna be facing forward, so that's gonna be the pantry. I may even do a double pantry, but I do have a 30-inch right here. Same thing, all lower cabinets, Shaker White, some upper cabinets there, fridge, and then that'll be for the cabinetry. We got Shaker White vanity for the master and Shaker White vanity for the hallway bath. So nothing crazy on the cabinets. And I'll show you guys more later on once we get to that point, you know, how that's looking. Now let's talk about the trim. So I'm a big fan of trim and doors. Originally I was a trim carpenter, so it seems pretty easy to me, you know. A lot of people think it's like very expensive, and people tend to keep, you know, original doors and original baseboards, but that's something that, like, to me, it gives the house a big upgrade. It makes it feel newer, a little bit fancier. So I got all this stuff from Builders First Source here in Atlanta. So I went with the Madison style, which is a single panel. Let me show you guys. It's a single panel, similar to like a shaker style door. These are all hollow core. Obviously they're way cheaper. I get them with no casing, and they're running about 120 to 150 each. So I got all the new doors here waiting for them to be installed. I'm not gonna install them yet because of the drywall going on. And then I'm gonna do a 1x4 trim, 1x4 casing for all the doors. There won't be trim on the windows. I'm gonna stick to a more affordable way, which is and it's not even an affordable way. It just looks a little bit more sleek. It's very popular nowadays. It's just drywall here with a corner bead, maybe just a stool, or maybe nothing, but it saves you money and it looks pretty sleek. So that's what I'm doing for the windows. Like I said, 1x4 for all of the doors, interior doors, exterior doors. I normally go with a 1x6 baseboard. That's my typical go-to, but I'm starting to get kind of tired of the 1x6, and I just feel like it's too modern looking. So I want this house to be like an craftsman farmhouse. So I need like a little bit more of a traditional molding. I am gonna do the craftsman style headers on the doors. That's my plan. I'm not 100% sure yet, depending on the budget. And then I'm gonna go with a typical 7 1/4 speed base. And the reason why I'm doing this is because it's kind of traditional because of this groove here. It fits pretty well with the farmhouse style. And just from my experience, 1x6 flat top here tends to collect a lot of dust. I've done many houses like that, even my personal house, and like I just seem to not be able to keep the dust off the top of this baseboard. So I think this being very thin helps with that. So and on top of that, this house already had a 1x6 baseboard, as you guys can see the line. And to avoid having to repair so much work after ripping it off, I could have got this in a 1x6 speed base, which is a 5.5, but it's just too close to the line. So in order to save some time and money, really labor, the 7 1/4 baseboard is going to cover right over that line. So very minimal drywall repairs to be done on the bottom. So that's going to save some time, and it's going to be an upgrade technically at 7 inches. So it's going to look super nice. All the trim is here. I got this from Randall Brothers here in Atlanta. And all the doors are from Builders First Source. And the reason why I did that is because I have 2 vendors that I like to use, and I like to give them both business. Honestly, they're about the same price, but you never know. So keep them both in the loop, both of my sales guys, and keep them happy, and they keep taking care of me. So here's the update, guys. Stay tuned. We are going to be working on it a little bit more this month coming up, because we work in construction here in Atlanta, and it's a great opportunity to take some time off from clients and do some of your own work. So stay tuned, guys. I'll make some more videos coming up, and comment below if you guys want to see something specific, or if you guys have some questions regarding, any of the work, or like what do I do, or like even numbers. I know a lot of people like seeing numbers and prices and stuff. I think I might start going that route, but let me get some attention first from some followers, and then later we can talk numbers. I can show you guys what this really costs. If I'm gonna make some profit, what's the value of the house? Just stay tuned, guys. Follow through with the videos, and subscribe, like, show your friends, your investors. I'm pretty new to YouTube, and I've been doing this for about 7-8 years, and I just feel like I want to share with you guys like the stuff I do, and like maybe teach you guys something, and hopefully learn something from you guys as well on anything related to real estate. So thank you, guys. Take care.